We are glad to welcome you to our channel. Kindly subscribe to our channel and share our videos with your friends and relations. And click on the bell icon for instant notification whenever new videos are uploaded on this channel. Rest assured that we are going to have a very exciting and inspiring discussion. Let's dive into the lesson right away. Hi friends, welcome back to English Classes Online. Today we are going to discuss some valuable tips on how to write an excellent informal letter for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. I am going to show you the simple steps in writing a good letter in the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Specifically, we are going to focus on the 2019 WASSCE question about sharing your experiences as a library prefect. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of the key elements that make a letter outstanding. I am Benjamin from English Classes Online. Let's get started. Let's start with the lesson objectives. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain the following. 1, what is an informal letter? 2, what are the features of an informal letter? 3, steps to take in writing an informal letter. And 4, a sample informal letter solving a past question. So let's begin to look at these important items on our agenda for today's lesson. What is an informal letter? An informal letter is known as a personal or friendly letter. It is a letter you write to someone with whom you share a personal relationship, such as your father, mother, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, friend, classmate, etc. What are the features of an informal letter? Because before we begin crafting our letter, it's necessary to know the features or the parts of an informal letter. To build a good house, of course, you must know the exact structure you are going to construct. Similarly, you must know the exact structure of an informal letter by learning the parts or features that make up the structure. So what exactly are the features of an informal letter? Number 1, your address and date. 2, the salutation or greeting. 3, the message or the body of the letter, which include the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Number 4, the subscription or complimentary close or closing greeting, if you like. Number 5, your first name only. That's exactly how to end an informal letter, because you are writing to someone with whom you share a personal relationship, so you are familiar to the person and you don't need to write your full names. Now, let's begin to look at the definite steps to take when writing an informal letter. Step 1, read the questions carefully. In the 2019 West African Senior School Certificate Examination English paper, the informal letter was as follows. You are about to graduate from secondary school and you held the position of library prefect. Write a letter to your friend telling him or her your experiences and how they have contributed to your life in a positive way. Now, you need to make sure you read and understand the type of letter you are required to write, and also understand what exactly you are going to discuss in it. This particular type of letter is an informal letter because you are asked to write to your friend, okay? And an informal letter is a letter you write to someone with whom you share a personal relationship, such as a friend of yours. So, and here you are required to tell him or her your experiences, okay, in your position as a library prefect, and how your experiences have contributed to your life in a positive way. Now, once you have understood it, then you move on to step number 2, and that is to plan your letter. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, as the saying goes. So before you start writing your letter, take a few minutes to plan what you want to say. That is what you want to discuss in the letter. This will help you organize your thoughts and ensure that your letter is well structured. Okay, that's really important. Step number 3, greeting and introduction. Begin your letter with a warm and friendly greeting to your friend. As you can see here, if you know the person well, use their first name only. And this is appropriate for an informal letter, which is what we are discussing right now. If your friend's name is Taylor, for example, you can write, "Dear Taylor." This is different from, you know, someone that you are not familiar with. You address them by their surname, and then a purely official letter can be "Dear Sir" or "Dear Madam." But for the purpose of today's lecture, we are using the first name of the addressee, such as "Dear Taylor." Okay. Now, make sure to provide the relevant background information and then the subject of the letter. You know, you need to set the tone for, you know, discussing your experiences, okay? We are going to see all these in our sample letter. Now, step number 4, share your experience. In response to the question, you need to reflect on your time as the library prefect. That's what you are required to do. Then highlight the tasks you undertook, the challenges you faced, and the skills you acquired. You know, so you need to jot these things down and then have the key points that you are going to discuss. This will help you paint a vivid picture of your experiences. Now, step number 5, personalize your letter. Okay, how do you do it? Show genuine emotions and personal thoughts in your writing, because you are writing to a friend of yours. So you have to use a conversational tone, and a tone that you will ordinarily use when discussing with your friend, you know, personally or one-to-one, okay? Now, let your friend know how being the library prefect positively impacted your life. And then talk about any life lessons, friendships, or personal growth you experienced during your tenure. Step number 6, use descriptive language. Okay, this is really important. Use descriptive language. To make your letter engaging, you need to incorporate descriptive language because you need words to describe the ideas you are discussing, or the objects or the persons or whatever. For example, the word large can be used when describing things. You know, you need to know where to use large or big or colossal or enormous or gigantic, huge, massive, substantial, or tremendous. You see, these are various ways that you can use in describing something that is big in size, okay? Now, you need to choose descriptive words so that you paint a vivid picture of what you are discussing. This will help your friend visualize your experiences and feel connected to your journey. Okay, this is really important. And then step number 7 is where you proofread your letter. Cross-check your work to ensure that you maintain good grammar and punctuation throughout your letter. Ensure that your sentences are clear and concise. Make sure you correct any mistakes you may find and make sure your writing is free from errors. Now, there are some key areas where you need to cross-check: grammar, spelling, punctuation, and capitalization. You know there are rules that apply: rules of grammar, rules of spelling, rules of punctuation, and rules of capitalization. So you cross-check to ensure that you have used your grammar correctly, the words are spelled correctly, punctuation marks are used where they should be used, capitalization is also used. You use capital letters at the beginning of a sentence, for instance, and you use capital letters for proper nouns, and you use small letters for common nouns in the middle of sentences, and so on and so forth, okay? So now, having said that, let's now begin to look at the sample letter. So now that we've covered the essential tips, let's put them into practice. I'll provide you with a sample response to the 2019 West African Senior School Certificate Examination question. Pay attention to how these tips are applied. Of course, you can see the question here. You are about to graduate from secondary school and you held the position of Library Prefect. Write a letter to your friend telling him or her your experiences and how they contributed to your life in a positive way. That's exactly the letter. And so we want to begin to look at the letter, a sample letter. Now, you begin a letter with your own address as the writer or the sender. For example, 45 Rimi Street, Apapa, Lagos State. Now, take note of the punctuation marks, followed by the date, June 30, 2023. The next will be the salutation. Dear Jane, for example, okay? I hope this letter finds you in good health and high spirits. It's been quite a while since we last spoke, and as I am nearing the end of my secondary school journey, I wanted to take a moment to reflect on my experiences as the library prefect and share them with you. You see, you have provided the background information and you have, set the tone for the letter. That's what should be done in the introductory paragraph. Then the next paragraph is where you begin to discuss to share your experiences. Being the library prefect has been an incredibly fulfilling role. I was responsible for managing the library resources, organizing book clubs, and assisting fellow students in finding relevant study materials. These tasks have enhanced my leadership skills and organizational abilities, and have learned the importance of time management and the art of multitasking, which I believe will be invaluable to my future endeavors. Okay, so this is quite apt because you are asked to share your experiences and then state how those experiences have contributed to your life in a positive way. Next, beyond the practical aspects, the library has become a sanctuary for me. It offers solace during challenging times and served as a haven for my passion for literature. Exploring the world of books and sharing that joy with others has been truly rewarding. The library has not only broadened my knowledge, but has also ignited a love for learning that will accompany me throughout my life. Okay, so in the next paragraph, you continue. Additionally, serving as the library prefect has enabled me to forge meaningful connections with my fellow students. Collaborating with a diverse group of individuals in book clubs and study sessions has taught me the importance of teamwork, empathy, and understanding. I have made lifelong friendships and discovered the power of collective effort in achieving common goals. In conclusion, my experiences as the library prefect have positively shaped my character and enriched my life in countless ways. I am grateful for the opportunities it has presented and the invaluable lessons I have learned. I believe that the skills I have acquired will serve as a solid foundation for my future academic and professional pursuits. All right, so that's a good way to conclude it. But then, because this is an informal letter, then you can round off, on a very personal note. For example, I can't wait to catch up with you and hear about your own experiences. Until then, take care and keep shining. See, you are not using formal language here because you are writing to your friend. Now, the subscription is yours faithfully, or Mary, as the case may be. This is the sample letter, don't forget. So this is just one way in which you can write a good letter in the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. So indeed, if you are going in to sit for any English exam where you are expected to write an essay or a letter, of course, you can pause this video at every point and examine critically the way this sample letter has been crafted. That could provide you with, the template, if you like, and give you some inspiration as to how to write a friendly or personal letter anytime you need to do so. Now, this brings us to summing up. And there you have it. Of course, we have already seen a sample response to the 2019 West African Senior School Certificate Examination question. You need to notice how the tips were discussed earlier, how the tips we discussed earlier were incorporated into this letter. If you remember the tips, the steps we discussed, you can see how we, smartly incorporated them into the sample letter. Then remember to structure your letter well, maintain an informal tone, and be authentic in expressing your thoughts and emotions. That brings us to the end of our lesson on writing a good informal letter for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Okay? Now, remember that practice makes perfect. So take the time to write and review your letters, and you will surely excel in this section of the exam. Incidentally, essay writing carries 50 marks in the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. So if you are able to learn how to write a good letter, that will boost your overall performance in the exam. Thank you for joining me today. I wish you the best of luck in your preparation for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Until the next time, I remain your instructor, Benjamin. See you in the next class, and goodbye for now.
Many thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video.